Developing tonight, one of the most talked about moments of last night's Democratic convention is the emotional address from the father of a fallen Muslim American soldier. Kaiser Khan took to the stage to speak about his late son, Humayun. In 2004, the Army captain saved the lives of fellow soldiers by insisting they stand back while he checked out a suspicious-looking car that abruptly detonated with 200 pounds of explosives inside. Now the elder Khan argues that under a Donald Trump presidency, his son, a hero, would not have even been allowed in the country. Watch.
Like many immigrants, we came to this country empty-handed. We believed in American democracy, that with hard work and goodness of this country, we could share in and contribute to its blessings. Our son, Humayun, had dreams too of being a military lawyer, but he put those dreams aside the day he sacrificed his life to save the lives of his fellow soldiers. Hillary Clinton was right when she called my son the best of America. If it was up to Donald Trump, he never would have been in America. Donald Trump, you're asking Americans to trust you with their future. Let me ask you, have you even read the United States Constitution? I will gladly lend you my copy. Have you ever been to Arlington Cemetery? Go look at the graves of brave patriots who died defending United States of America. You will see all faiths, genders, and ethnicities. You have sacrificed nothing and no one.
What a moment. Governor Mike Huckabee joins me now. He's a former presidential candidate and a Fox News contributor and former governor of Arkansas. Great to see you, Governor. So this was an electric moment at the convention last night. We were actually just going to break as he started and then in a pre-tape with the General Allen when he came back. But it was the talk of the convention. And he is in a great position to criticize Donald Trump. And it's led a lot of people today to say his was the single speech at the DNC about which the Republicans and Donald Trump should most worry. Your take on it?
Well, first of all, let's be very fair. That father gave probably what was undoubtedly the best speech of the entire convention. And it was powerful because it was personal. And he spoke of his personal sacrifice as a dad. Nobody can argue with that. Nobody can argue with the heroism of his son or the love of country that this father and his son have for America. That's just indisputable. So I want to be sure that everyone understands that I don't think a person looks at that speech as a partisan. But the one thing that always has to be put into perspective is that Donald Trump has not said that this young man would not have been allowed into the country, because this family came to America because they wanted to come and be Americans. And his son proved how much he wanted to be by the sacrifice that he made. But Donald Trump doesn't want to make sure that every Muslim never comes to America. But he does want to make sure that when people come, whoever they are, not just Muslims, but whoever they are, if they immigrate to this country, they immigrate because they want to assimilate and be Americans. This young man, this young man's father and his mother really did that.
That's not what he's proposed, Governor. He proposed a Muslim ban, which only now has he changed, which he said he didn't walk it back. He says he's expanded his ban on Muslims to include Muslims from any territory that suffers terrorism. And the UAE, where this little boy at 2 years old came from, would be included. His parents are from Pakistan. That would be included. And so that's the dad's point, that his son, an American hero, would not have been here if Donald Trump had been president when they wanted to come.
Well, Donald Trump, though, has clarified, Megyn, that his intent is to make sure that people are vetted. It's not just an outright or a permanent ban, and even said it would be a temporary suspension of immigration until we knew. Keep in mind that this was in the context of the President Obama, wanting to bring hundreds of thousands of Syrian refugees to the country.
But that's a different issue. That's a different issue.
No, it's the same issue.
Syrian refugees is a different issue. That's not the same as Trump's Muslim ban. No, it isn't. It's not at all.
It was in the context.
Banning all Muslims, even temporarily, would have scooped up this family had they been looking to come to America under Donald Trump presidency. And we wouldn't have had Humayun Khan fighting for us and saving the lives of men on the battlefield in Iraq. That's his point.
I'm not taking anything away from this family. Nothing from the father, nothing from the son. But I don't think it's accurate, nor is it fair to say that Donald Trump would have stood in the way of a family getting to America who clearly wanted to come, who could be vetted, would be vetted, and found to be wanting to assimilate and become a part of America. And it's not just Muslims. Look, our immigration and open border policy is disastrous for our country. It's disastrous for any country. Europe is beginning to find out how disastrous it is, and that's where Donald Trump is coming from. And again, I think we have to separate the powerful testimony of this father, the extraordinary example of his son, and also the responsibility of a United States president to keep this country safe and to make sure that the people who come here are not coming here with intentions, whether they're coming from some terrorist infiltrated country or whether they're coming from Europe.
That may be a good way of saying it, Governor, but that is not Donald Trump's stated policy. The way you said it there is far less controversial, at least to some, than the way that Donald Trump has said it. He said, I'm banning all Muslims temporarily, and then he said he was expanding it beyond Muslims to territories that suffer from terror until we can, quote, figure out what's going on. I got to leave it at that.
And that's the point, until we can figure what's going on.
All right, see you soon.